In the headlines, 15 killed in fresh Mango attacks. Wike talks tough again, says anti-Tinubu coalition will fail. Ham natives in Kaduna demand NOC heritage protection. On the foreign scene, South Africa buries illegal miners' bodies. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update on Trust TV. My name is Idris Bature. At least 15 people were reportedly killed in separate attacks on villages in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. The chairman of Mangu local government area, Emmanuel Bala, who disclosed this to journalists, stated this when people were killed in Boy district, while the latest incident occurred in Chinchim community under Mangu district, where 8 people were killed on Tuesday night. Reports say the latest incident occurred around 8 p.m. on Tuesday when gunmen stormed the area, killing at least 8 people. Meanwhile, the hiding community in Mangu had denied the allegation, describing the allegations as unfounded. Abubakar Garba, secretary to Gan Allah Fulani Development Association of Nigeria, Gavdan, who denied the allegation, called on security officials to fish out the perpetrators of the acts. Now, the Minister of the FCT, Wike, has dismissed the planned coalition by some political heavyweights, including ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar to unseat President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 election, saying it is bound to fail. Wike said this on Wednesday during the commissioning of the arterial road N16, identified as Shehu Shagari Way, from Ring Road 1 Nnamdi Azikiwe Way to arterial road N20 Holy Shoyinka Way, and other roads in the Katampe district of the nation's capital. The FCT minister hinges on what he called President Bola Tinubu's good works since assuming office in 2023.
My duty now is to make sure not to give them high blood pressure. As it depends them, you go to sweet us. As it is sweet us, you go to depend them. That's my job. That's my job. Of the business. I will be happy every time, moving, laughing. And then they will be there fighting and shouting and killing themselves. So, Mr. President, we want to thank you that we are part of this, what is going on, the revolution that is going on. Your good work has killed coalition. I was thinking that truly there will be coalition. So when they see what's happening every day, and I told my people, make sure that every national television must hook in. So if they turn to DBN, they are watching Mr. President. If they turn to TVC, it's Mr. President. If they go to channel, Mr. President. If you go to NTA, Mr. President. Even the one that don't watch Arise, Mr. President. So where we go.
Now, former Minister of Transportation and ex-Governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, has expressed his readiness to join forces with other political stakeholders to form united opposition alliance aimed at challenging President Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. Amechi, a senior member of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), made the declaration in an interview with the BBC. He cited worsening economic conditions and national insecurity as major reasons for his decision. The ex-minister emphasized the need for honest assessment of the government's performance, stressing that party membership should not prevent constructive criticism. He noted that while he remains a member of the APC, the current state of the nation requires political leader to prioritize the interests of the people over party loyalty. Amechi highlighted the increasing levels of hunger and poverty in the country, pointing to the visible impact on citizens and himself, and warned that the economic situation has become dire. Now, the sole administrator of Rivers State, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Iteibas, has presented the state's 1.48 trillion naira 2025 budget to the House of Representatives ad hoc Committee on Rivers State Oversight. The proposed fiscal plan aims to tackle infrastructure decay, expand social services, and stabilize the region amid the ongoing state of emergency. The reports.
It was a significant moment at the National Assembly as retired Vice Admiral Ibas laid out his administration's 1.48 trillion naira proposal for the 2025 fiscal year. Appointed under emergency powers by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ibas says the budget is a roadmap to rebuild Rivers State and heal long-standing infrastructural and economic wounds.
The total revenue projected for the 2025 fiscal year is 1.4 trillion naira. As of May 2025, total revenue inflows were 597.14 billion naira, which is only about 4% less than our projection. The total expenditure planned for 2025 is 1.48 trillion naira.
The spending plan includes 324.5 billion naira for infrastructure, 55 billion naira for revamping the state teaching hospital, 30 billion naira for education, and 117 billion naira dedicated to pensions and benefits. Also earmarked are funding for food security, agricultural reforms, and empowerment programs targeting youth and women.
The budget commits over 117 billion to pensions, gratuities, and employee benefits, marking a decisive shift towards restoring dignity and welfare in the civil service. This includes a 50 billion naira provision to begin to address the long-standing issues around pensions and gratuity arrears owed to retirees in Rivers State.
Chairman of the ad hoc committee, Julius Ihovere, welcomed the proposal but made it clear that oversight will not be compromised.
I want to assure you, in as much as we are committed to joining hands with you to ensure that Rivers gets back on track, we are not going to cut corners. We are going to do the job as we would normally do it for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That way we will be helping you, we'll be helping ourselves, and we'll be helping the country. So I notice some of the areas you've touched on, particularly women empowerment. I think that is very important.
Youth empowerment.
And pensioners.
The budget now moves to committee review, where lawmakers will analyze allocations and verify compliance with federal oversight mandates. If approved, it could mark a major step in stabilizing governance and public service in Rivers State.
Now, the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matoele, has assured that troops will flush out bandits in the northwest to pave the way for farmers to go about their farming activities this year's rainy season. He gave the assurance while fielding questions from journalists at his country home, Maradun, the headquarters of Maradun local government area of Zamfara State, after meeting with APC members. The reports.
Assessing farmlands is a big deal for farmers in Zamfara and other northern states due to the payment of levies to bandits to allow them to engage in farming and harvesting farm produce. Farmers have been grappling with this challenge for years. With the 2025 rainy season here, some farmers revealed that they had paid 50 million naira in levies to bandits to allow them to access their farms in Zamfara State. To address this, the federal government, through the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matoele, is assuring the troops will flush out the bandits to enable farmers to engage in farming so that there can be a bumper harvest this year.
We have a good plan, and I assure you that people will go back to their farm, they will farm this year. We have procured a lot of equipment. The President has supported the military, as I mentioned, that the government is doing everything to ensure that the people will go back to their farm this year. As I said, we know the arrangement that we are doing. And the President even approved for the procurement of a higher caliber, of higher tech equipment for the military.
He also disclosed that the federal government has secured new war hardware for the troops to enhance their ongoing onslaught against criminals to restore peace and normalcy in the country.
The President has given the security all what he wants. So we have no excuse. The security have no excuse to complain, because all what they want, this President has already given to them. I've been going around the world going around for so many countries, particularly those that are developing the higher technology reforms.
The defense minister said the President Tinubu-led administration is poised to improve the socio-economic development in the north, especially in the northwest zone, adding this prompted the initiation and execution of numerous road projects such as the Zaria-Funtua, Gusau-Sokoto ongoing dualization, as well as Ilela in Sokoto State to Lagos.
The Edo State Commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, has destroyed 2 cannabis farms in the state. The state NDLA Commander Mitchell Ofoyoju disclosed this in Benin City while briefing journalists on the command's achievement in the month of May. He said the 2 farms were discovered in the Uzeba and Ohusu forest, spread across O1 West and Ovia Southeast local government areas of the state. Mitchell noted that the negative impact of drug trafficking on local economies, investment opportunities, and the escalating cost of law enforcement and healthcare system will be drastically minimized through the adoption of proactive drug control strategies. According to him, the agency has taken the war against drug abuse wider, a campaign to young adults and adolescents in schools, churches, and mosques. Now, a drama ensued at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport in Lagos this Wednesday after the former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole, had allegedly ordered the closure of the Zulu terminal at the General Aviation Terminal after he arrived late for his flight to Abuja. A video that has now gone viral shows the senator representing Edo North exchanging words with airport staff. According to eyewitnesses, the incident occurred around 6:10 a.m. when Oshomole arrived at the terminal to catch a flight to Abuja scheduled to depart at 6:30 a.m. However, the boarding process was said to have already been closed and the flight departed as scheduled. It is alleged that upon being told that he had missed his flight, Oshomole became aggressive and engaged the airline staff in a heated argument. He is said to have blocked the terminal entrance, preventing other passengers from accessing the departure hall. Airport staff alleged that the senator wanted the aircraft to be delayed for him, but the airline operators declined. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, and the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria are yet to react to the incident.
No, that's what they are saying, that it's overbooked. That's right. How is the
Now, a tanker laden with petroleum product has fallen and exploded on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The Ogun State Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed this on Wednesday. The FRSC said the incident occurred at the NASFAT U-turn axis of the highway. The education officer of the sector command, Florence Okpe, said a rescue team from the FRSC and the fire service were on the ground, but could not confirm any casualties. The explosion also affected some vehicles close to the fallen tanker. Also confirming the incident, the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency, TRACE, said the explosion occurred on the lane of the expressway outbound Lagos, leading to traffic congestion. This is the news update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead, Ham natives call for preservation of ancient Nok artifact as heritage faces growing risk. More news when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. 15 killed in fresh mango attacks. And Wike talks tough again, says anti-Tinubu coalition will fail. Now moving on to more stories. The preservation and protection of Nok artifacts and culture play a vital role in promoting the rich heritage of the Nok civilization and documenting its history for future generations. This has become increasingly important as modern influences continue to erode traditional values and cultural identity. Some natives of Hamland who were passionate about preserving the heritage of the Ham people have noted that many of these artifacts date back several centuries, as Trust TV's Bello Musa reports.
The Nok culture, which dates back to around 1500 BC to 200 AD, is regarded as one of the earliest non-civilizations in the region that is now northern Nigeria. It is particularly renowned for its life-size terracotta sculptures, often depicting human figures and animals in intricate detail.
These are artifacts of importance. They are priceless articles, and you can't find them anywhere. These artifacts are dear to us. And what you're seeing right behind me, those ones that have been passed down by custodians of different clans, and some were dug, excavated from the ground, but some were directly passed down, and they have their significance as it is. But in essence and in generality, these artifacts are way older than 2,500 years, each of them that you're seeing.
The Nok artifacts, especially the terracotta figures, are believed to represent various aspects of Nok life, from spiritual beliefs and funerary practices to daily activities, ancestral reverence, and tribal symbolism. However, modernity has created a disconnect between the present and this rich past.
Modernity, it has really changed the way people react here as towards the artifact itself or the culture itself. There's a bit of disconnect, largely due to religious affiliations. So for the Christians, they have their own god, which is largely different from the Nok god itself. So because the society is largely modernized, you have Christians, you have Muslims, so the emphasis on the traditional religion is not very well pronounced.
The Nok culture is recognized globally. That's why it is believed that preserving and documenting it is not just important, it is essential for future generations.
That we're trying to promote the culture, this artifact, that we are preserving them for the incoming generation. Because had it meant that our parents knows the value of this artifact since before now, then we'll have gone far before.
Centuries after the time of their ancestors, the Ham people and Hamland remain peaceful and resilient, continuing to thrive despite the challenges of the present day. Bello Musa, Trust TV News.
Now, a suspected vandal has been arrested for allegedly removing iron rods from the pedestrian slabs around the newly constructed Ebu Bridge along the Ughelli-Asaba Road. The Delta State Commissioner for Environment, Germany Ejiro, apprehended the suspect while vandalizing and removing the iron rods from the pedestrian slabs. Preliminary investigation identified the suspect as Emmanuel Sundi, a native of Ikot Ekpene local government area in Akwa Ibom State. He is a carpenter engaged as a contract staff by the construction company. During questioning, he confessed to the act of vandalism. The commissioner has handed him over to the police for further investigation and prosecution. Now, away from Nigeria, authorities in South Africa's northwest province has buried 30 unclaimed bodies of illegal miners, commonly referred to as Zama-Zamas, after no relatives came forward to claim them. Officials said more burials are expected in the coming days. The deceased were among 78 corpses recovered during a major operation in January to evacuate illegal miners from a decommissioned gold mine in Stilfontein, located southwest of Johannesburg. According to the Provincial Department of Health, only 25 of the 78 bodies have so far been identified and handed over to family members. Most of the deceased miners were nationals of Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and Mozambique. Under South Africa law, the government is allowed to retain unclaimed bodies for a maximum of 30 days, after which they are buried by the state. The operation in Stilfontein also led to the arrest of nearly 2,000 illegal miners. Now in sports, President of the Nigerian Football Federation NFF Ibrahim Gusau has declared that the federation is delighted to have achieved its objective for making the Super Eagles prosecute the four-nation Unity Cup tournament in London and the friendly match with the Russia senior national team in Moscow, all within the past 12 days. Gusau reflected on the Super Eagles' triumph in the Unity Cup tournament and the gutsy draw with Russia, and expressed satisfaction with the output of most of the playing personnel. The Super Eagles defeated the Black Stars 2-1 in an entertaining Unity Cup semi-finals at Brentford's G-Tech Community Stadium on May 28, and then outlasted Jamaica's Reggae Boys 5-4 on penalties after a 2-2 draw in the final 3 days later. Tolu Aroko-Dare scored in the second half to stalemate the clash with Russia's Esbonaya at the iconic Luzhniki Stadium, Moscow on Friday, following Semi Ajayi's inadvertent own goal at the first period. And with that, we have come to the end of the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube for more news programs and documentaries. I am Idris Dayebatura, thanking you for being with us. Good evening.